Hello and welcome to Late Night Stories. The first rays of sunlight streamed through the towering oak trees, casting golden patches across the damp forest floor. Ethan stretched his arms above his head, feeling the cool morning air against his skin. He had chosen this place, a secluded mountain retreat far from the noise of the city, for a reason. Life had been pulling him in too many directions. His mind cluttered with deadlines, expectations, and worries. But today, none of that mattered. Today was about reconnecting with himself. He found a soft patch of moss beneath an old tree and sat down, crossing his legs. The distant call of a bird echoed through the forest, a peaceful melody in the stillness. He closed his eyes and took a deep, deliberate breath, allowing the fresh scent of pine and earth to fill his lungs. "Good morning." A calm, steady voice resonated in his earbuds. "This time is for you, a moment to center yourself, to connect with your inner light, and to visualize the bright future that awaits you." Ethan exhaled slowly, feeling the breath escape from his body like a gentle tide rolling back into the ocean. He allowed his awareness to shift inward, tuning out everything except the rhythmic pattern of his own breathing. Feel the surface beneath you, supporting you, anchoring you to this moment. Notice the sensation of the air on your skin, the subtle movements of your chest as you breathe. There is nothing else you need to do right now. Just be present. As he settled deeper into his meditation, Ethan felt his muscles begin to loosen. The tension that had been gripping his shoulders, the tightness in his jaw, all began to melt away. With each exhale, he released more of the stress he had unknowingly carried. With every breath in, imagine drawing in positive energy and light. With every breath out, release any tension, any negativity. Breathe in peace and breathe out any lingering doubts. He imagined the morning light filtering through the trees, wrapping him in warmth and golden energy. Each inhale filled him with renewal. Each exhale carried away his burdens. He let himself sink deeper into this feeling, embracing the calm that had eluded him for so long. Now, picture yourself standing at the beginning of a path, the voice continued. This path stretches far ahead of you, illuminated by a radiant light. It represents your journey forward, filled with opportunities, growth, and joy. Ethan could see it vividly in his mind's eye. A winding trail surrounded by lush greenery, bathed in a soft golden glow. He took his first step onto it, feeling the warmth of the earth beneath his bare feet. With each step, the path seemed to light up even more, guiding him forward. Walk with confidence. This is your path. This is your journey. With each step, the light around you grows brighter, illuminating the way ahead. Feel the warmth and positivity of this light as it surrounds you, guiding you toward your dreams. Ethan took another deep breath, letting the imagery sink in. He had spent too long doubting himself, questioning his choices, hesitating when he should have trusted. But here, in this sacred space, he felt a shift. He was ready to embrace the future he had always envisioned. Now, repeat the following affirmations either out loud or in your mind. Let their meaning resonate within you. Ethan's lips parted slightly, his voice barely above a whisper as he spoke the words. "I am open to the limitless possibilities that lie ahead." A cool breeze rustled through the trees, as if the forest itself was responding. "I trust in my ability to create a bright and fulfilling future." His heart swelled with conviction. He could feel it now, the certainty that had eluded him for so long. The distant chirping of birds returned to his awareness, the coolness of the morning air, the rough texture of the tree bark behind him. All of it was vivid and alive. Gently wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing life back into your body. Take a deep breath in and release it back into the world. Ethan did as instructed, stretching his arms slightly, feeling his body awaken. He opened his eyes, the vibrant greens of the forest around him sharper, more vivid than before. "And when you are ready," the voice concluded, "open your eyes, carrying the light and positivity of your bright future with you into this present moment." He smiled, exhaling one last time before standing up. The world around him looked the same, yet everything felt different. The doubts, the hesitation, they weren't gone, but they no longer held power over him. He was ready to take that first step, both in his mind and in reality. As he made his way back to the cabin, the morning light continued to shine through the trees, illuminating his path forward, just as it had in his vision. And for the first time in a long time, Ethan truly believed in the journey ahead. Now slowly bring your awareness back to your breathing. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. Notice the space around you, the sounds of nature. Let yourself become fully present once again. Every day I am becoming the best version of myself. He inhaled deeply, feeling strength surge through him. I am grateful for the opportunities that come my way. Memories of past successes, small victories that he had overlooked, suddenly came to the surface. He had accomplished more than he had given himself credit for. My future is filled with love, joy, and abundance. A sense of peace settled over him. The future wasn't something to fear, it was something to embrace. Relax even more deeply now, the voice urged, growing softer. Begin to visualize your future self, radiant with happiness and success. See yourself achieving your goals, fulfilling your dreams. Let that feeling of accomplishment wash over you. Ethan saw himself standing on a cliffside overlooking the ocean, arms outstretched as the wind tousled his hair. He felt the joy, the sense of completeness that came with knowing he was exactly where he was meant to be. The emotions were so real, so powerful, that he could feel them in every fiber of his being. Know that this future is within your reach. You have the power to make it a reality. A slow breath in, a deep breath out. Ethan held on to this truth, letting it become a part of him. The wind whispered through the trees, carrying the scent of pine and damp earth. Olivia sat cross-legged on a soft patch of moss, her hands resting gently on her knees. She had come here, deep into the forest, to find something she had lost, her peace. The weight of the past year pressed down on her, and no matter how hard she tried, she couldn't shake the restless thoughts that plagued her nights. Tonight, under the full moon's silver glow, she would let go. She pressed play on her meditation app, the soothing voice guiding her inward. Take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. She followed the rhythm, inhaling deeply, feeling the cool night air fill her lungs, then releasing it with a slow, controlled sigh. The voice in her earbuds continued, its tone rich with calm. Picture yourself standing at the entrance of an ancient forest, a place where time slows, and the only thing that exists is this moment. Olivia allowed the vision to take shape. Before her, towering trees stood like silent sentinels, their bark illuminated by a faint, otherworldly glow. The air shimmered, filled with tiny specks of light drifting like fireflies. She took a step forward, feeling the earth solid beneath her feet, and as she moved deeper, the noise of the world faded away. The deeper you go, the lighter you feel. Every step releases tension, every breath clears your mind. She walked slowly, her senses absorbing everything. The distant hoot of an owl, the rustling of unseen creatures, the way the leaves trembled as if whispering secrets. Her thoughts, once tangled and chaotic, softened like ripples fading across a still pond. Here there was no need for worry, no deadlines, no expectations, just the forest and her breath. A stream appeared before her, its water glowing with a soft blue luminescence. She knelt beside it, watching the way the light pulsed beneath the surface, It reminded her of something the meditation guide had said earlier. This water reflects your inner world. Let any ripples settle. Let the clarity come on its own. She dipped her fingers into the cool water, watching as the ripples spread outward. It was true. Her mind, so often restless, was beginning to mirror the stillness of the stream. She closed her eyes and let herself simply exist. When she opened them again, she wasn't alone. Across the stream stood a creature unlike any she had ever seen. It had the body of a stag, but the deep, wise eyes of something more. Its antlers glowed faintly, casting a soft light around it. Olivia felt no fear, only a quiet recognition. This being represents your deepest self, the voice in her headphones murmured. It carries the wisdom you seek. Trust it. The stag stepped forward, its hooves silent against the mossy ground. Olivia's breath caught as it lowered its head, inviting her to come closer. She hesitated, then rose to her feet, stepping carefully across the stones in the stream until she stood before it. With a slow, deliberate movement, she reached out and placed a hand against its fur. A warm pulse of energy surged through her, not jarring, but comforting, like stepping into sunlight after a long winter. In that instant, she felt something shift inside her, as though the missing pieces of herself had finally fallen into place. The stag met her gaze, and in its eyes, she saw herself. Not the stressed, restless version she had come to believe was permanent, but the true her, the one who was strong, calm, whole. She closed her eyes and let herself breathe in that truth. The meditation voice returned, softer now. When you are ready, begin to bring awareness back to your body. Feel the ground beneath you, the air around you. Reluctantly, Olivia opened her eyes. The stag was gone. The forest around her remained quiet, peaceful, but she knew something within her had changed. As she removed her earbuds and looked up at the sky, she smiled. She had found what she had been searching for. And she knew she could return anytime she chose, because stillness was always within her, waiting to be found again. The early morning sun cast a soft golden glow across the quiet streets as Lily stepped onto her small balcony, a warm cup of chamomile tea in her hands. The world was just beginning to stir, cars slowly rolling past, birds greeting the new day with their songs, and a gentle breeze carrying the crisp scent of autumn. This was her favorite part of the day, the few minutes she took for herself, before emails, meetings, and responsibilities took over. Today, she wanted to start her morning with intention. She set her cup down, sat cross-legged on her outdoor cushion, and closed her eyes. She had recently started a guided meditation practice, and it had already changed the way she approached her days. Instead of rushing through them, she was learning to be present. She pressed play on her meditation app, and a soft, calming voice filled the air around her. Hey there, and thank you for gifting yourself these next few minutes. It's important to remember that you are a priority. Allowing yourself even a brief moment of intentional reflection can create a positive impact on the rest of your day. Move into a comfortable position. Whether you're seated at your desk at work, lying on your couch at home, or sitting in a quiet outdoor space, gently close your eyes. Shift your attention inward onto your breathing. Lily followed the voice's guidance, settling more comfortably onto the cushion. She had always been someone who carried stress in her body, her shoulders tight, her jaw clenched, without realizing it. Now, as she brought awareness to her breath, she began to let go. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, expanding your lungs. Hold for just a moment. Now, slowly release the breath through your mouth. Continue to breathe this way, allowing each inhale to fill you with calm, and each exhale to carry away any tension. Lily placed a hand gently on her stomach, feeling the rise and fall of each breath. It was a simple act, but one that anchored her firmly in the present moment. She noticed how her body felt, where she held tension, where she felt at ease. Tune into your body. Notice how it feels. If there's tension or tightness anywhere, acknowledge it. Give those areas permission to relax. Send love and gratitude to your body for taking care of you. It's okay to rest. A soft smile crossed Lily's lips. She hadn't always been kind to her body. She often pushed herself too hard, expecting perfection, never giving herself the grace to simply be. But now, she embraced this moment of stillness, offering herself the same care she so freely gave to others. The meditation guide continued. Your mind may start to wander. That's okay, it's natural. Simply notice it, and without judgment, bring your awareness back to your breath. Let your breath be your anchor. She exhaled slowly, releasing thoughts of her to-do list of unanswered messages. There would be time for those things later. Right now, she was here. Now, think of one moment today that made you smile, feel thankful, or appreciate something in your life. It doesn't have to be big. Perhaps the warmth of your morning coffee, a kind message from a friend, or the way the autumn leaves danced in the breeze. Let that feeling fill you up. Lily's mind drifted to earlier that morning when her sister had sent her a picture of her niece holding a crayon drawing with a note that read, "For Auntie Lily, I love you." It had made her smile, made her heart feel warm. Now, she let that feeling expand within her, from the top of her head to the tips of her toes. She could almost hear her niece's giggles in the distance. Breathe that feeling in. Let it settle into every part of you. If it feels natural, allow yourself to smile. Lily's lips curled upward. Now shift your focus. What is one small thing you can do today for yourself or someone else to continue this feeling? It doesn't have to be grand. Maybe it's taking a long walk, making a favorite meal, or calling a loved one just to check in. Set this intention now. Lily thought about the book that had been sitting on her nightstand for weeks, waiting to be read. Maybe tonight, instead of scrolling on her phone before bed, she'd curl up with it and lose herself in its pages. That felt like a kind thing to do for herself. She let the intention settle, holding on to the peace that filled her. Let's take a few more deep breaths together. A deep inhale, feeling your lungs expand, and a slow exhale. Again, an even deeper breath than before, holding for a beat and releasing everything out. One last breath, your deepest yet. Feel it move through your entire body, and exhale it all out. Exhale says inhales. Lily breathed in fully, then let it all go. When you're ready, begin to bring your awareness back to where you are. Feel the ground beneath you, the air around you. Thank yourself for taking these moments to be intentional, to be kind to yourself. And when you feel ready, gently open your eyes. Lily slowly blinked her eyes open, the golden morning light softer now, the world a little quieter. She stretched her arms overhead, feeling the last remnants of tension melt away. She reached for her tea, now slightly cooled, and took a slow sip. It tasted sweeter somehow, richer. The weight of the morning had lifted, replaced with something lighter, something intentional. As she stood and stepped back inside, she carried the peace with her, knowing that today, no matter what came, she had started it with presence, with gratitude, and with care.